guys, welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the Game On Challenge, part 81. Now, we haven't actually advanced massive amounts since the last update. We've not even done a season since the last update. But I'm in the mood for doing a couple of videos, so I thought I'd give you guys an update. We are well to the finishing line of season 94. As you can see by the date in the corner, the 24th of April, the 24th of April, 2095. This is where we are at then. We're still both going very, very strong. And to Matt's disgust, he had a really tough run, which has ultimately cost him in the league. And there you see it. You know, the title stays with Frankfurt. It hasn't quite got into there yet because we've still got 4 games to go. But with 4 games to go, we've made it 4 in a row. The first team to do so in the German league outside of Dortmund and Bayern Munich. So a big feat for me. In terms of everything else, this is how we signed off yesterday. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. We went out of the Champions League. I was fucking livid. I was absolutely livid. We drew the first leg 0-0, and to be honest with you, I drew the first leg 0-0 at home. I was pissed off, but then I thought, you know what? At least I haven't conceded an away goal. Start the second leg, I score a goal, brilliant, and that's what happened. So I was a little bit pissed off, to be honest with you. But we are in the German Cup final. As you can see, we will take on St. Pauli at the end of the season. In terms of, we beat Matt 3-0 in the league there. That really put Matt in a bit of a downward spiral, which we'll show you in a moment. And I also, and I'm not going to gloat on it obviously, but undeservedly advanced in the to the final at the expense of Matt with that semi-final victory. So still a bit to play for me, and certainly still stuff to play for Matt, because he's still riding high in the Champions League despite his defeat to Ajax in the second leg of the quarterfinals. He won the first leg 1-0 at home, and he lost the second leg 3-2. So he edged through on away goals. I think he'll consider himself very, very lucky. But he's there in the semis where he'll take on PSV. And, you know, good luck to him, because the other semi-finals we know will consist of Deportivo and Napoli. Napoli, of course, the current holders, who beat me in the final last season. I fancy Matt to get past PSV. The final's going to be a little bit more difficult, I feel. I think if he's going to have someone in the final, he'd rather have Deportivo than Napoli. Napoli, yeah, I mean, they're probably not going to win the Italian league. They are the current holders. And Deportivo they were top. Yeah, so they're both going to be quite difficult, but he's got a good chance there, and that will rescue his season. I think there's no doubt about that. And I say rescue his season because Matt's had a tough time, and let's just go back to what I was going to show you. Matt's had a tough time, and when I beat him 3-0 over here, where was it now? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting confused. That's that team there, just so you know. There, I thought, where was it? I thought he had a spell where he went a few games without winning. It might have just been here, actually. So he drew with Nürnberg at home, 0-0. He drew away to St. Pauli, and, you know, that really proved costly. I mean, oh yeah, that's right. So I beat him in March. Although he bounced back to win, you know, it just all started to fall apart, really. I mean, losing those 2 games really proved costly, and it's sort of surrendered. I mean, there was a spell over here. Right, okay, let me show you this then. So he drew with Mainz, he drew with Hanover, which really proved costly. Although he beat Rostock. Now, this game here, when we played each other, was harsh on Matt. It really was harsh on Matt. You know, it was a good comeback from me, no doubt about it. Matt would have been livid there, and you know that would have contributed towards him getting pissed off. And I know he's looking at other jobs. Am I looking at other jobs? I don't know. It's very difficult to leave. We've got some players coming in for next season. Let's see if Matt's got any first. I can't remember if he has. Laurent Hullers. He beat me to that central defender, so that guy will definitely arrive. Raffaelli. I think he looks very, very good indeed. He beat me to 2 of these players, but I don't know who the other one was. January players coming in, two of them, it must be these two. I'm sure he beat me to two of these guys. I'm not sure. It becomes difficult to leave when you're building and building and building. I know Real Madrid came knocking. I think I might have said this before, did I not? £300 million in the bank. Now, not too long ago, they were available. Lazio, Inter were both available. And I think Matt said he wanted to wait until after our game before applying. By the time we played our game, they'd already appointed a new manager. So there are still some big jobs. Arsenal's quite a big job. Villa's a big job. Benfica is a massive job. We've both been Benfica. It don't appeal to me, to be honest with you, whatsoever. The days are long gone. I think it was over here that I was Benfica. And with Champions League glory as well. They'll have a lot of money, Benfica. They've got a huge stadium as well, of course. Benfica, there's no doubt about that. Just check it. Yeah, I thought it was 90-odd thousand. Where would I want to go if I left? I don't know. I really do not know. Spain, Real Madrid, there's a lot of money. Now, I'll tell you something, right? I'll tell you something that came up now. So we know Spain had, we know Real Madrid had £300 million. And I sent Matt a screenshot of this just to prove it, because I actually turned it down in the end. But my guy here, Monteiro, which pretty certain that is Luis Figo Regen, I had a £100 million straight offer. They came in with a £48 million bid. I went back and I asked for a player. I mean, there was no guarantee I was going to accept, even if they came back with what I wanted. I asked for 70 million, I think it was, and this player worth 20 million. They came back with a £100 million bid straight cash, no instalments, no after appearances, 100 million. And Matt says, are you going to accept that? I said, I don't need to accept it. I mean, he's unhappy. He's very unhappy, as you can see. But we've not got the contract protection on, and I've still got him for another 6 years yet, so he can fucking deal with it. That is the bottom line. He can deal with it. So, but if anyone has never seen that before, let me know. I've actually deleted the picture, but Matt's still got it, and I'll send it to you if ever you want to see it. It's a £100 million straight offer. The most I've ever seen. Forget the update with inflation, because inflation, people send pictures, oh, £200 million, but if you've got your inflation at 2.5, then that is the same as somebody offering me 250 million right now. So on ODB, as we know it, with no inflation, the highest I've ever seen, I've had 100, because Matt's never seen 100 million before. I've seen it a few times years ago on the ODB with players like Joe Cole, who's always a £100 million player. The most I've ever seen, and this is on my three-man game, so it's not ODB, but it is single currency inflation. The most I've seen is £122 million straight cash. About 120, 123. Me and Pep have had it. The most I've ever seen generally, believe it or not, is actually 200 million, and that is £100 million, then £100 million after an international appearance. So in theory, I've had that a few times, but I always try and go for a record of straight cash. And it's 123, it's something like that. It's very difficult to get anything more, but you can get more on the update because the update has inflation, which is not the same. So that's that. And that is it, guys. That is, we're to the fact that, you know, the business end. I will possibly play some weak players right through. Did I show you my last signing? Did I show you Bassi? That is Zola Regen, and Luca Lamberti. We believe that that is Totti Regen. Can't remember if I showed you that. So, yeah, let me show you. Maybe I didn't actually. No, I didn't, did I? In fact, let me just. I can check. I can check to see if I showed you actually. Right. It was the 26th of so I hadn't shown you any of them two. Just looking at the date on the last 26th of So I hadn't shown you any of those two. So Bassi and Luca Lamberti, and let's just check. Matt, did we miss anything? I think he already had his through actually. Yeah, he already had all his through. Okay, and that's it from me, guys. That is it for another update on this epic game as we fast approach the end of the season and another new season. We're gunning for the 100, aren't we? We are gunning for the 100. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.